So a guy walks into a psychiatrist's office and he says, "Doctor, doctor, I'm a teepee, I'm a lean-to, I'm a teepee, I'm a lean-to." And the doctor says, "Shut up, you're too tense." Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome to Camp Nampa Hiker. In other words, my backyard. I have a couple different tents and whatnot set up, and I thought I would do a video on inexpensive backpacking options for sleep for your tent, basically. The first one I have here is the V-Lite 2 from High Tech, which you could find at Big 5 Sporting Goods. And this option is pretty awesome because once you take away, it only has one pole, and once you take away the pole and substitute it for a trekking pole that you might have anyway and get rid of the bag that it comes in, this thing comes in at 2.9 pounds, which is a great option. It gives you a ton of room and a huge vestibule right there in the front to put your gear. So I've used this several times now. I've used it in the pouring rain, and it held up extremely well. There is one little portion of it that I don't like, and that's this section right here. I wish they would have put a ridge line out or something, because water can collect right there in that spot. One of the things I'm going to do to improve this is I'm actually going to put a grommet right here and pull this out taut, and that way it's a little bit more stable up the center there. That way water runs off. But all of the tents that I'm going to show you, I've actually treated all of the seams on these tents, and I've used both of these tents in the rain with great success, with no water at all coming in. So again, this is Big 5 Sporting Good. It's the V-Lite 2. The price on this one, it's really inexpensive. It's like, I think $35 is what I paid for it, and if you keep an eye out, you can probably catch this on sale and pick it up for even less. Again, the good thing about it is the weight. It only has one pole, which you can get rid of and substitute your trekking pole for. Bad thing is you got a guy line out all of these corners in several areas. Now, John with the Intense Angler channel has this tent as well, and he reviewed it, and I'll leave a link to his review. And he mentioned that he would sure like it if they had a guy line in the center there, because he said it kind of sags a little bit. Well, they must be a subscriber to his channel as well, because sure enough, they put a guy line out on the center there on either side. So this tent I like quite a bit. Now, my first backpacking tent that I ever had, I got this for $19, and this is the Ozark Trail Junior Scout tent. I will leave a link here on the page and down below of a review I did of this tent. The good thing about this tent is it's $19 at Walmart, and it doesn't really have much of a rain fly to speak of, but again, I weather treated this tent, and I had this out in the rain for 18 hours, and I'll leave the link of that test, and you'll see that no water got into this tent at all. It does have two poles on it, of course, as dome tents do, and this thing weighs in, I think, just above 3 pounds. So the bad side of this tent is if you break a pole, you're kind of out of luck. But honestly, I use this pretty roughly, and I don't ever have problems with breaking poles on it. Some of the reviews of this that I've seen online, they say that the poles break, but if you read the reviews carefully, it always starts off with the sentence, "My kid was putting it up and he broke the poles." That seems to be the common denominator. I pick this thing upside down and I shake it back and forth to get the debris out of it after a camping trip, and the poles don't break for me. So it comes with a couple different, let me see here. It comes with, you got a little bit of a screen here in the front, a small rain fly, there's a gear loft on the top, there's also 2 places to put your gear on the side, and it's tacked down with 4 of the stakes here. Another thing about this V-Lite, one of the things you will have to do with this tent is get rid of the stakes that it comes with. They're completely worthless. When I try putting them into the ground here in my backyard at Camp Nampa Hiker, they bend. If they're bending in soft grass, they're going to bend in soil out in the woods. So one thing I did is I upgraded the stakes on these, and I haven't had a problem since. Well, my kids are going to be sleeping in the tents, and this is what I'm going to be sleeping in. This is my tarp and bivy bag combination. Now, I just made this bivy bag out of a tarp, and again, I made a video of it, and I'll leave the link. And this, I basically just have 2 trekking poles from Outdoor Products. On the top of the trekking pole, I put a clove hitch on either one just to hold the line. I'm using just cheap line cordage right here. I didn't want to use my good paracord, and I just have these things guy lined out, and I have a taut line hitch on the bottom of the stakes there, and I just have a simple lean-to fashion tarp here, and I have my bivy bag, and inside that just my Ridgeway by Kelty little fleece liner there, and that's all I'm going to have tonight because it's going to be a warm night. But these are some cheap options for you. This tent right here, 20 bucks. Between the two, for these two tarps, you're looking at maybe $20, and this tent right here is 35. So 3 good options for cheap backpacking tents and shelters. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you, so check out the videos down below and you can kind of see a little bit more about these tents. I do a little bit more extensive review. So anyway, that's all I have. God bless you and happy trails.